Hey y'all, for as long as I can remember, I've always enjoyed the challenge of trying to catch largemouth bass. I mean, when I was young, I only had one rod, and so I would walk the banks of the lake that I grew up around, and I'd have 3 or 4 baits in my pocket, and man, I'd walk the banks all day long, and you know, that's all I had to use. So I may have a spinner bait, I may have a worm, I might have a jig, and all I could use all day long was 1 or 2 of those baits. And so today, what I've done is I've got 2 rods, and I've got 2 boxes of different size crankbaits. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to catch fish on a crankbait. That's all I'm going to do all day long. As you can look up here, I don't have any electronics in the front of the boat, so that's going to mean I'm going to be bank fishing primarily. And you know, I'll get out and on some points maybe with the deeper size. I've got deeper ones and shallow ones in those boxes. So my challenge today is to try to catch some on a crankbait, and hopefully you guys will bring me some luck. Let's get to it. So the first one I have here, this is a deep little end and a little crawfish, you know, orange color. I've got it on there on this rod, and I've got to find one to stick on this other rod here. I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to use just yet, but I am going to throw a crawfish pattern. It's mid-February, and I believe red will be, or something of that nature will be good to start out with. So as you can see, I've got reds and chartreuses and shad color. I mean, to me, there's only 3 colors you need, and that's a crawfish pattern, a shad pattern, and a bluegill pattern. I mean, that's basically all bass in this area in Texas where I live. That's all they feed on anyway. So let's see here. I want to use one with a kind of a medium diver. I'm gonna start out with first. This looks like it's a Bass Pro Shop bait. We'll start with it first. I've got 12-pound fluorocarbon on this rod. I've got a little snap right here so that I can hook my baits on quickly, and also I believe it gives them a little more action. So that's what we're going to start out with. Them hooks are the ones that came on it. We may or may not change those throughout the day. We'll just have to see. They're pretty sharp. They're sticking in my fingers pretty good. All right, that's what we're going to start out with first and see what happens. I don't know if you can see it or not, but there's some weeds up here along the edge of the shoreline where the lake was down, and it grew up just shoreline weeds. So we're going to have to fish in and around those. The fish are either going to be in stuff like that, or they may be on this front side, this front edge. But we're just going to crank around and see if we can get some bites. See what kind of retrieve we need to use, see what kind of stuff they're relating to. It'd be a little easier if I had a graph in the front just to let me know what the depth was, but it broke. The one I have, the transducer broke, so just gonna have to do the best with what we got. I already hung into one of those little weeds down there. I'm not sure if this crankbait is gonna run deep enough. I don't know how deep the fish are gonna be setting, you know. They may be out a little deeper, we'll just have to see. But I bet you though, by this afternoon, there'll be some pull up, getting pretty shallow water, a couple feet. I really like for a crankbait to be kind of digging into the bottom the majority of the retrieve, and I'm not. This one I have on, it's pretty shallow. It's not getting down deep enough really as I want it to, so we may or may not stick with it. We'll hit a few spots with it and see what happens. We'll have to figure out what retrieve speed we need. Once you figure that out, man, you can really, if you can find out the retrieve speed and what they're relating to, you can run that all over the lake. Let me rephrase that. You can run it down in the area of the lake where you find it. So if you're in the south end, the north end, the mid lake, and you get on something where maybe they're on hard clay on the bottom, or maybe there's grass in the lake, or maybe there's rock, or maybe there's laydowns. If you catch them in a particular end of the lake doing that, then you can run a bunch of that stuff in that area of the lake. fished the first spot and remembered that I left my plug knocker in the truck, my lure retriever. You don't want to crankbait fish without one of those unless you just got a lot of money and you like to lose crankbaits. So I'm gonna head back and get that. If you're gonna fish any crankbaits, you definitely got to invest in some sort of lure retriever. This one here cost me, I don't know, maybe, man, it might cost me $5 or $10 back when I bought it. I've had it forever. Got it on a good cord, maybe about 20 foot of string. It saved me hundreds and hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands of dollars in crankbaits. Don't go crankbait fishing without one. Let's see here. I think I'm gonna change this bait here for a minute. I'm not gonna put it up, I don't think. I may just leave it laying in the boat. Let's see, this will go a little deeper. So will this. I've caught many on this one. This is a DT6 by Rapala. We'll try it. I think it goes a little deeper than that other one I was using. We'll throw it a few times and see if we like it. Well, it sinks. That must be broken. Yep, we'll come back before we go in, we'll fish this again maybe. Okay. Now we got our stuff. Try this again. What I'm doing right now is I'm just running different stuff. I'm hitting like points and backs of pockets and try to hit hard spots any that you can. I'm just trying to figure out where some fish might be. Little island here's got a little bit of a drop off on it. On this side it's a little deeper, so throwing down the edge of it, I'm not hitting the bottom, which I don't like. Kind of making it hard with all them weeds. You got to be on the outside edge of them or you'll stay hung up in them. Here we go, let's move again. Spot number 3, a little riprap on the bank up here and some shell. So we're gonna make some casts at that stuff. There we go. We got one. Oh, we got our first one. Come here, girl. Got that thing all in his face. There we go. All right. Look at there. I think he didn't want that bait, man. It choked it. That's a nice bass right there. It took me several casts to get that fish to bite. You got to get in the right spot. Let's see here. Uh-oh. Pliers. I've been fishing 30 minutes and got a nice one. We'll get her back in there and see if we can't catch another one. That's fun stuff right there, buddy. Let's see if we can get another one out of there. Off to the next spot. I'm gonna run a couple different places like this and see if I can get any more real fast. So I'm basically just running from spot to spot now. Since I caught that one fish, I'm gonna run different spots here and see if I can't get another one in this same vicinity. I still don't feel like I have the right bait yet. They're not? You caught them all?
You can't. I got one side of her fin cut off, so all I do is
Yeah. This is why you get a plug knocker, just in case you can't get it off. Dang, there's a lot of this nasty stuff down there. Try another bait. Before I change to a shad pattern, I'm gonna throw one more crawfish pattern on here, I think. An old mud bug. Those used to catch lots of fish back in the good old days. I don't know what's the good old days, but they used to catch lots of fish when they were out. People used them. I don't even know if people fish with them anymore, except me. Maybe I shouldn't, because I don't catch as many as everybody else. I'm gonna make a couple casts up on this ramp with it. Never used mud bug in the winter months, I don't think. I've always fished them in the summer. Oh, that's one of the problems. There's so much muck, algae. Whew, this crankbait fishing is tough. Well, let's try a bridge here. Around these rocks on the edge of the bridge might hold a fish. Oh, there's a fish. That's a good one there. Good little bass. He's showing out. Come here, you. Come here, you. Settle down. Look at here. What a nice one that is. Nice fish right there, buddy. Look at that. That's a good one. Let's get her back in the lake. Whew. Son, that's fun. Oh, got it all tangled up in the rope. Hanging off that riprap right there. Uh-oh. Hung in a rock, and that thing don't float. There's one. There's one. That's a good fish too. Hey, that's a really good one right there. Like a really good one. Strong. Come here, you. Come here, get on my finger. All right. Oh, another nice one right there. Look at that. You think that ain't a good one right there, man? Golly. Look, he's got that crankbait. Just out here chucking, man. You don't need no fancy electronics, no fancy boat to catch bass. I mean, I'm sure it helps. Don't get me wrong. But there's still ways to catch them. That's a good one. Get him back in there. go. That little DT6 is getting them. I made a, you know, I got hung up and I come back around, got it off, made another cast back down through there where that other one was. I didn't get it in the same spot, but it wasn't probably 10 feet away. So I got a bad line right here now, so I'm gonna retie it real quick and then get back after it. Even though I've caught 3 on this one, I think I want to change it up. I feel like there's a better bait out there that'll fish more efficiently. Maybe won't get hung as much. You can catch them just as good or better, maybe. Oh, we got this one. Ain't got no hooks on him. I think what I'm gonna do, I hate to throw this out here. This is one of the old school wiggle warts. I've had this thing since like 99, right around in that time frame. Don't rattle much. I'm gonna throw it around, see. I want a split ring on it though. Let me take time to do that. The biggest problem I keep having is I'm getting all this slime on my hooks. And I don't hardly ever catch bass on slime. Well, y'all, I fished every rock spot that I could find in that area of the lake, which was, I'm gonna say, within a mile area. Now I'm gonna switch and go up in the back of a creek, see if I can't find some more. Well, I spent 2 hours running wood in those coves and couldn't even catch a cove. So I'm gonna run back through my other stuff that I caught those fish on and see if I can't catch a few more. I'm running out of daylight. There's one. Golly, look at all the cast I had to make. Oh, that's a good one right there, man. Nice fish right there. Come here, you. I made a bunch of casts and then finally got one to bite. Look at that. All right. Some nice fish, man, on the old wiggle wart. You know, it's funny, they're not on that wood very well, at least not in this area. In that one creek, I would say they're not on it, because I fished it pretty good. That's a good fish right there. It's a good one. Let's get him back in there. Well, y'all, we managed to catch 4 on a crankbait this afternoon. No electronics, just fishing. And also we got to, let me show you here. We got to enjoy a beautiful sunset. We got to take advantage of every one of those. We don't know how many more of them we're going to get. We'll see you guys on the next one.